Hi guys, welcome to Weeknight Wonders. I'm Hana and today I'd love to share with you my recipe for spicy pork noodles with green beans. It's flavorful, it's spicy, and it comes together in no time. So let's get started. So first we want to start by kind of pre-marinating the pork. And by that I mean we're just going to use about half a pound of pork here. And we'll add all the aromatics now so that they can get a head start in kind of building their flavor while we prep everything else. Garlic, ginger loves pork, little soy sauce, and just a touch of cooking wine. Today we're using Shaoxing rice wine. You can use sake, you can use mirin, you can use a little bit of leftover vermouth or like white wine hanging out in your fridge. The purpose of cooking wine in a lot of these Asian dishes is kind of to remove some of that like porky, sometimes gamey smell. So let's not forget, we also have black pepper. And what I like to do, just like when you're making meatballs, is to get in there with your hands. And that really just ensures that all the flavor is getting into your meat. So next we're going to make the flavorful sauce. And really the star of this show is the doubanjiang. It's just such a punchy, umami-filled sauce that you can just add like a little dab to your stir fry and it'll really enliven any dish. So that will be the base. And it's not too spicy, and of course each blend varies, so just give it a little taste beforehand, and then you can adjust your chili oil accordingly. And it's usually this really beautiful, chunky textured sauce. Oh, and you might also see it or recognize the flavor in mapo tofu, which doubanjiang plays like a really big star in. So we'll have that. We'll have oyster sauce, another umami-rich ingredient. Soy sauce once again. We're using chili oil, but if you have perhaps chili crisp at home, I normally do, you can just kind of scoop out the top, add in a couple chili flakes if you'd like, and then you don't have to go out and buy just like a straight up chili oil if you already have this at home. And then just a tiny bit of sugar to balance it out. It's not a sweet sauce, but you want it for balance. You can use your spatula. Sometimes the doubanjiang can be really thick, in which case get your little whisk to create kind of a homogeneous paste. And what we're going to do when we're cooking the egg noodles is reserving some of the noodle cooking water, just like when you make pasta, and that will help thin out the sauce and make it more pourable and easier to stir everything together later when everything's in the pan. Can you guys smell that? It's like so pungent. So the pork is marinating, the sauce is ready. We're going to fire up the stovetop and get cooking. So now would be a great time to like and subscribe to Food 52's YouTube channel. You can find this recipe and many others on food52.com. So we're ready to cook. Get your water boiling, grab a big skillet. Today I'm gonna use the 5-2 wok. So make sure your pan is suitably hot, medium-high heat. We're getting neutral oil. Oh yeah, it's hot. You can tell it's hot when it kind of just glides along and there's a little smoke coming up. Get your pork in here, and you can use ground beef, ground chicken, a non-meat product, whatever you want. Let me know what you would use in this recipe. Comment down below. Get it flat and then leave it alone. Don't touch it for like 3 to 4 minutes. What we want is the bottom to caramelize and just let it do its thing, almost like when you're, grilling burgers on the flat top. And then we're gonna flip it over and start breaking it up. It's been about 3 minutes. We're going to flip this and start breaking it up. Oh yeah. So we're just breaking up the meat. You just wanna do this until you see most of the pink has disappeared. And then we're going to push it off to one side. Add the second bit of oil. And we're going to get our green beans sauteing. And you can, take a little help from the store if they sell pre-washed and trimmed. Otherwise, you can do it yourself. Looking for about, matchstick length size. This is a great time to get your noodles in the water as well. So the noodles and the pork green bean mixture will be done in about the same time. So we pulled about a cup of the noodle cooking water. We're going to add half a cup to the sauce, and that will just loosen it and create more of a sauce for everything. And then as needed, we can add like a little more at a time. So this looks good. As far as the green beans go, we're just looking for them to be bright. This is looking good. I'm going to add the sauce here. And then just combine everything. If it starts to stick at all, you can lower the heat, but it's looking good. Okay, so after the pork and green beans are combined, the noodles should be done. We're going to drain them and then quickly throw them in the pot and get them all together. So egg noodles are such a great pantry staple. If you can't find them, you can even use the instant ramen blocks, just not using the flavor packets that come with them. You can repurpose them or just discard them, and that'll do the job as well. So the noodles are ready. We're just going to top them with some chopped peanuts and scallions and dig in. So we're ready to plate. We're just going to drizzle a little bit of toasted sesame oil. Don't go overboard. It's quite powerful, but it really helps to give a nice fragrance to the end result. Then we're going to plate and eat. Let's try it. You can use chopsticks, fork, whatever is best for you. It's so important not to overcook your green beans. They are so crisp and sweet, and they lend a really nice balance to the tender noodles and the caramelized pork that we work so hard to make as flavorful as possible, using both the caramelization technique in the hot pan as well as the kind of pre-marinating stage at the start of the prep. The peanuts and the scallions are just really nice kind of accents to top it all off. I really hope you guys can make this. Please tag me in Food 52 if you do. Love hearing from you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. And then, okay, and then